You don't need to push to be seen. You just need to allow your presence, your body to lead. If your body is humming and buzzing right now, then this is your calling. Trust it. And welcome back to the Sovereign Self Show. This is part of our special portal series. And today's transmission is something very sacred and near and exciting to my heart. The doors of the portal are finally open. And I want to share the story, the structure, the soul of what this really is. And this episode's not just a sales pitch, it's a remembering. It's something, if you like what you've been hearing on Sovereign Self lately, because the portal isn't just a course, it's a reclamation. It's not just another template pack or hooks that you plug and play. It's really a membership to help you learn this sacred leadership. And it's honestly an embodiment temple, a space where all light workers can return to their body, their emotions, their own natural rhythm, so they can actually lead from sovereignty and not survival. So they can actually step into their own radical visibility. So the seed for the portal membership was really planted in one of those seasons where I was doing everything right and my body was breaking down. I was creating from pressure, from lack, proving, and that version of me who thought she had to perform to be seen. Anybody else raise their hand? That really girl boss energy. And my body started whispering, and then it started kind of yelling and screaming, the burnout, exhaustion, the pleasure of my dream of having my own business helping other people was draining me. I felt like this emotional whiplash. And then it just became this familiar freeze every time I tried to show up. And I remember this so vividly when I was sitting there pushing myself, staring at the computer screen more than I wanted to. And I realized that I didn't want to show up and put on a face anymore. I just wanted to really be here and be me. And honestly, that moment really changed everything. I knew that I didn't want to keep hustling for worthiness. I knew I didn't want to keep doing more and more and more in order to just have a semi-successful business and be exhausted and burnt out more than I was when I was working in 9 to 5. I wanted to lead differently, not only the clients and the movement, my business, but lead myself differently. To really bring in this aspect of spirituality, to create from a devotional practice instead of depletion. So, just like I always have, to actually learn to listen to my body at a deeper level. And this is where the portal was born. It came from my prayer to remember that leadership isn't this performance, it's about presence. It's a space that I wish it existed when I was in this void trying to figure this out, doing all the things, learning all the 3D things of what it means to run a business. And I was spiraling semi in silence in this sacred disconnection. But the portal temple was really created for that remembering. This spiral of safety, devotion, and reclamation where leadership rises within your body. I don't have anything else to teach you. This is about you remembering and learning how to work and to lead from your body. So, what actually lives inside the portal membership? What is it? I know I've been saying it's not another course or not another program to complete. This is completely different than I've seen out there. It's literally a living system. And this course, or this rhythm, as I like to call it, a spiral, because it's not linear, just like life, is called the sovereign portal system. And inside of the portal, we move through the 3 phases that mirror this, that mirror your body, how it naturally creates, how it naturally moves energy, whether it's in your life, your business, your own spiritual awakening. We move through activation, alchemization, and allowing. And as you soak those in, you probably hear there aren't steps to master or to memorize. They're really energies and initiations for you to embody. So this first part of this activation is really embodying the overflow and devotion. And here is where we turn your light back on. We repair that burnout and we remember what devotion feels like when it's fueled by pleasure and not the pressure to perform. This is literally the fire of becoming and the spark that says, I'm ready to live again. I'm ready to create again. I'm ready to feel pleasure and the sensualness that is to be alive in this body. And the second part is alchemization. This is where we really tune into emotional truth and your own magnetic voice and storytelling. This is where you turn your emotion into movement, where grief, shame, and fear become creative power. And you learn to speak from truth and not your triggers, not your trauma, because it's all about the story you're telling yourself, but also how you share that with the world to create from what's actually real and not what's expected or some copy and paste template you bought online. Your emotions are not your obstacles. They start to become your own content. And the last part, allowing. This is where sacred visibility and divine co-creation come into play. Here we stop forcing outcomes and start collaborating with Source or God. Visibility becomes so sacred. You learn to be seen from your soul and not strategy. And you start realizing your presence is actually the strategy. And these cycles don't end. They spiral deeper every time. Every emotion that comes up, every launch, every new season of your life becomes another portal to your power at a deeper and different point of view. And together, you really learn to embody confidence, consistency, and clarity in your creation process, whether it is visibility and building your business and content creation, or just everyday life and leadership and what it means to be this priestess spiritual being living in the world today. So inside of the membership, we have three main pillars that really hold this process. The first one is what we went over, the sovereign portal system is a core teaching program that underlines all of these concepts for you to understand at an embodiment level, at a business level, and rituals to put in place every day as you create. Secondly, we have a somatic strategic vault. This is a living, growing library of practices, rituals, visibility tools to help integrate everything, not only in your spiritual practice, but your business and your daily rhythm of creation. And lastly, calls, sacred community and devotional calls. We come together monthly for a new kind of coaching where we start with the energetic work and the embodiment. We gather, we share our transmissions, and we co-create. Yes, this is group coaching, but at a whole new level where you declare on the call what you're going to create for the month. And then we can go over what's coming up for you, what's in the way that from keeping you from alchemizing and manifesting that energy. The portal is where we stop managing our energy and actually start becoming it, where emotional spirals don't delay your leadership, but they actually deepen it, where launching or creating content, being visible doesn't require a mask. It is who you are. Now, I'm going to be real. The portal is not for everybody, but it is for the woman who is done performing or trying to prove her power, and she's ready to live it. If you're craving a sacred rhythm and not rigid schedules, if your voice feels too big, too tender, too holy to be packaged into a template, if you're no longer willing to betray your body just to be consistent in posting online, then you already belong here. Maybe you've been frozen in indecision. Maybe you're waiting for the right time, feeling the pull, but hesitating because you're not sure if you're quite ready. Well, here is the freaking truth. The hesitation is your next initiation, and you do not have to have it all together to enter. You just have to say yes to meeting yourself where you are, because the portal isn't here to fix you, because there's nothing wrong. It's here to help guide you to returning to who you are, to your rhythm, to your confidence, and to your creative life force energy. So consider this your sacred invitation. The portal is now open, and this isn't another program to complete, but this is a sanctuary to spiral through again and again, deeper each time. And you don't need to push to be seen. You just need to allow your presence, your body to lead. If your body is humming and buzzing right now, then this is your calling. Trust it. Founding member pricing is open right now, where you lock in founding member pricing for the entire lifetime. You can come, stay as long as you want. Module 1 of the Sovereign Portal system is already live, and the access to the Strategic Somatic Vault. And our first live devotional call is coming up soon. Join us at laurenchalantani.com/theportal or the link in the show notes below. This isn't another funnel. It's a frequency that you are being called to embody. Trust the pull. This is where your next chapter begins. Thank you guys so much for being here for this transmission of the Sovereign Self Show. Again, the portal is open, and if you have felt the resonance, I will see you inside this sacred spiral community of visibility, voice, and leadership. Until next time, stay sovereign, stay in your devotion, and stay embodied.